The devil doesn't always roar. Sometimes he whispers. Not every fall begins with rebellion. Some begin with distraction. Today, we uncover 3 silent ways Satan steals you from God. Not with horns and fire, but with comfort, compromise, and counterfeit love. Stay till the end, because the third one is what traps even the most faithful believers. The Bible warns that Satan comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. John 10 verse 10. But before he destroys, he steals. Not your money, not your health, but something far more dangerous, your closeness to God. And he does it in ways so subtle, most believers never notice until it's too late. These are the ways, so be conscious of it. Way 1, distraction, the thief of devotion. Satan's first weapon is distraction. He doesn't need you to bow before him. He doesn't need you to renounce your faith. He only needs you to stop looking at God. The devil's greatest success isn't in making believers hate God. It's in making them too busy to love him. The Bible gives us a haunting example in Luke 10 verse 40. Martha, a woman who loved Jesus, was worried and upset about many things, while her sister Mary sat quietly at his feet, listening. Both women loved him, but only one gave him her full attention. Martha wasn't sinning. She was serving. Yet even service, when it replaces surrender, becomes a distraction. That's how subtle the enemy works. He doesn't always tempt you to do evil. He tempts you to do everything else. He fills your world with noise. The endless scroll of social media, the constant hum of entertainment, the notifications that pull your eyes from the Word, and the illusion that if you're busy, you're productive. But busyness without God isn't purpose, it's spiritual exhaustion. Every time you say, "I'll pray later," every time you push aside your Bible for just 5 more minutes, the enemy steals a small piece of your fire. Until you wake up one day, and realize your heart no longer burns the way it used to. Distraction is not harmless. It is designed to separate you from the presence. Remember, before Peter denied Jesus publicly, he first followed him at a distance. Luke 22 verse 54. That distance began not with rebellion, but with distraction. Satan knows he can't destroy a believer who stays close to God, so he works to keep you just distracted enough that you never notice the drift. The danger isn't that you'll stop believing. It's that you'll stop beholding. The devil fears a believer whose eyes are fixed on Jesus, because that gaze keeps your heart alive. When was the last time your heart was truly still before God? When was the last time you prayed, not to ask for anything, but simply to be with him? Be careful, beloved. Satan won't always roar, sometimes he'll whisper, "Just check your phone, just one more episode." And while your hands are busy with the world, your heart quietly drifts away from heaven. Guard your focus. Because the battle for your soul begins with the battle for your attention. The second way Satan steals us is through compromise. Sin rarely begins as rebellion, it starts as permission. Just once. It's not that bad. Eve didn't fall because she hated God. She fell because she doubted him. Satan whispered, "Did God really say?" Genesis 3 verse 1. And that same voice still echoes today, God understands your weakness. Everyone's doing it. Slowly, we trade conviction for comfort. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a drift so subtle you barely feel it. One small compromise at a time, your heart grows dull, your prayers lose power, and the presence feels distant. But James 4 verse 4 warns, friendship with the world is enmity with God. The devil doesn't need you to deny God. He just needs you to dilute your obedience. Be careful when sin starts to look reasonable. Because each small yes to the world becomes a silent theft of your spiritual strength. Reflection: what are you tolerating today, that once broke your heart before God? The third, and most dangerous, way Satan steals you from God, is through counterfeit love. The enemy knows you were created for love. But when he cannot destroy that desire, he distorts it. So he offers imitations. People, passions, and pleasures that feel pure, but lead only to emptiness. 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14 warns, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. He doesn't tempt you with obvious darkness. He tempts you with something that looks right, feels right, but slowly pulls you away from the truth. You begin to follow feelings instead of faith. You start chasing comfort instead of conviction. And before long, what once felt like love becomes a chain that quietly binds your heart. Counterfeit love can come as a relationship, a dream, or even a ministry. Anything that begins to take the place of God in your heart. You may still use His name, still sing His songs, but your heart belongs to something else. The tragedy of counterfeit love is that it feels real, until it no longer satisfies. That's how Satan steals worship. Not by turning you toward evil, but by turning you toward yourself. Reflection: what love have you chosen? That makes you forget the one who loved you first. True love never pulls you from God. It pushes you closer to Him. Anything that replaces His presence, no matter how beautiful it looks, is still a counterfeit. The good news: what Satan steals, God can restore. In Joel 2 verse 25, God promises, "I will restore the years the locusts have eaten." It's not too late to return. Silence the noise. Reject compromise. And choose real love, the love found only in Jesus Christ. Because the enemy's goal is to steal your soul, but God's desire is to save it. If this message spoke to you, don't scroll away, stay with us. Like this video, share it with someone who's drifting away, and subscribe for more divine stories that bring you back to the heart of God. Remember, Satan steals quietly, but Jesus restores completely.